task 3, it says to define a new extended attribute for identity, and then the name is going to be user type, and then all of the user aggregating that's coming from the source is going to be set to test user. All right, so I'm going to start by going to HR source application. And then under configuration and schema, I should find all of my attributes, the standard attributes and extended attributes. And so I'm going to need to add a new schema attribute. We're going to set that to user type and save. Okay. And then I'm going to go back into my HR source. And in this application, I'm going to need to add a rule. And you can see I did that already, set the user type for HR source. And then if I look at that, it's basic script here. So identity, set the attribute user type, and we're setting it to test user. All right, so I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to save this as well. And then I'm going to need to go into my global settings and then identity mapping so that I can edit my identity attributes. And I'm going to say add new attribute. We're going to set that as user type and make it a little more visually user-friendly. User type again, it's a string, read only. You can change that if you want to. I'm going to make it searchable. And I'm not going to touch my source mapping or target mapping because this information is coming straight from the UI. So we're going to leave that alone and click Save. And then I'm going to actually need to go into my debug section because if I go to my identities and I look at them, I'm not seeing user type here. So I need to make sure that this is visible. So I'm going to go into my debug section and I'm going to go into UI configuration. And then you're going to want to do Control F and so that you're able to find something here. And I'm looking for this identity view attributes. So when I get to this identity view attributes section, all of these are the attributes that are listed in the UI that we see. And so I'm going to I want to put it here. And then the same user. I'm going to put in user type because that's what I want to see, and then I want to save it. All right, I'm going to go back to my sale point, and then I'm going to need to do some aggregating. So at the moment, I have my file here. I'm going to upload and aggregate a few more users here. And as you can see, there is no user type here in my file. And so when I go in here and do an aggregation, go to task, and then I'm going to do user aggregation. And when I do this, I want to make sure that I have selected set user type for HR source here. And then I'm going to save and execute. All right, we'll go to task results and look at the aggregation. And if you see, it says that there were 10 accounts scanned, 8 identities that were created. We've got some updates here as well. So it looks like it worked. So I'm going to go back into my identity warehouse. And I just want to check real quick which one. So I'm going to look for, let's say, EMP078. Okay, we'll go to this user. All right, and then as you can see, as I showed you before, we were not able to see user type here. And now we can see user type, and then it automatically set the user type to test user. And this all came from the UI because my file does not have um, the attribute here. So it's not coming from my CSV file. All right, and so now I have those identities that I just aggregated, and they have a user type attribute attached to it. All right.